Latiosites. This is the Latios Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Picross, where we use logic puzzles to draw Pokemon pictures. So, let's begin. Big news, big news! I hear that a person saw a very rare Pokemon nearby. Let's go look for the Pokemon right away. If you don't hurry, it may vanish. Okay. Here's the thing. It appears that this is in Area 11. Now, I do want to go back to Area 10, because you guys did suggest that there's some cool stuff there, but there's a mythical Pokemon at 11. So what I'm thinking is, I'm probably going to backtrack to 10 next time. Or not next time, but as soon as I finish Area 11. But I'm going to move on to 11 right now. But I'm going to go back to 10 before I move on to 12. Area 6 we'll see about later on. We'll see, but for now, let's go to Area 11! Thanks to you, my research in various areas is making good progress. I'll give you more rewards for training, so keep it up. Okay. So... Alright. Let's do this. What do we want to use? We want to do it in a minute, yeah, right. Set 2 Pokemon, use only Diamond Reveal. Alright, what has Diamond Reveal exactly? You two do. Fairies do. Alright, that's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Alright, let's do this. Let's use our Diamond Reveal then. Alright, we have technically a minute to do this. Alright, this needs to be empty. This needs to be a 5, meaning that needs to be a 3. Alright, we have this needs to be a 4, that needs to be a 1, that needs to be a 1. There's no way we can possibly do this in a minute, so I'm pretty much resigning to that. That needs to be a 3, this needs to be a 4, okay. This needs to be a 1. This needs to be a 3, but we don't know if it goes up or down, except that it has to be there, so we have that. That needs to be empty. This needs to be a 2. This needs to be empty. Alright. This needs to be empty right there. This would need to be the 2 then. Actually, that doesn't have to be true or not. Alright, so we would need this to be a 3 though. Not to be a 2. Alright. And we are out of time for the challenge, but that doesn't mean that it's over. These have to be true. So, those can't be. We need this to be the 3 then. That needs to end that 4, meaning we need 2 1s before the 2, so those have to be it. Okay, so now we have that's a 1. 2, don't know necessarily anything else about that yet, but we know that this needs to be a 3, which empties out the rest of this, which means this has to be a part of the 5. In fact, we know that has to be not connected, so there we go. Alright, so from there we have, this needs to be the 1, meaning this is the 2. That needs to be a 1, so we need a 1 over here, but this is already, so we already pretty much have it then. This needs to be the 2, and we need that in there. There we go. Took us twice as much time as we needed to take, but with that we're going to pretty much get the mural tile, and I think the 1 pick right for using the Diamond Reveal only. So we're going to get a Picross and a mural tile, which, okay, I'll take it. Take whatever I can get. Alright. Next up, we have 5 or 3. I'm sure it'll be an interesting one either way. This one is... what are they offering? Use 2 Psychics in Rising Reveal in 5 minutes, or Heracross in 1 minute. I'm going to do the one that I can actually accomplish. 2 Psychics and a Rising Reveal. Alright, do we have Rising Reveal? There we go, okay. How can I use 2 Psychics and Rising Reveal if Rising Reveal isn't Psychic type? I can't do both. This is insane! Wow, okay, fine. Then I'd have to unlock another Pokemon. That's unfortunate. Well, let's activate the Rising Reveal then. Alright, well, that needs to be a 4. This needs to be a 2. This needs to be a 3. This needs to be a 2. These need to be 1s. This needs to be a 1, while the next one has to be a 2, but we don't know if it goes up or down. Well, we know this is an empty row. That's good to know. So... Well... You know that has to be in the 3. That has to be in the 2. That has to be in the 3. So... Well, we know these can't be in the 4. That has to be in the 4. Which means the 3 goes upward. That's kind of useful information, meaning this has to be the 1. Meaning that has to be in the 4. Which clears out that row. This would be the 2 then. You have a 2 there, 1 there. These can't be connected because it has to be a 2. So we have that. Alright, that needs to be a 2. Okay. This needs to be a 2. Meaning that can't be, and that can't be. This needs to be connected to be a 4. So that fills in that row. Very well. The rest of this column is empty. So that means we need the 1 to be either here or there. Can't tell which one though, but we do know that needs to be a 1. We need 2 2s in this row, meaning this needs to be that 2 there. We also know this can't be true, so that has to be. Which means this can't be, which means this has to be. Alright, now from there we need the other ones. Okay, so... This 1 can either be at the bottom or next to the bottom. Well, we needed the 2. Huh. Two has to be at the top or the bottom. Well, this 2 can't be here because there's no 2 in a row there. So this has to be true, which means that's not. Neither is the rest of this. Therefore, this 2 has to be up here because it can't fit here, meaning we need to fit these 2 here, and then we have that. There we go. So with that, we drew Esper! Alright, so we got the mural tile and a Picross again. I think I forgot to say it, but last time it looks like we drew Spinarak. Sorry, I failed to say that. Alright, next up, 15 by 15. Oh, that's gonna be fun. We want to use a fire type and use auto fix not many times. Well then, just to be sure, I could just not use auto fix. I don't know. Alright, well. Let's use... You know what? I think it might be time to use Zygarde. Hoopa can freeze time, so we can do this in, how long we want to do this in? 15 minutes? Pushing it. Let's see, Gengar can also freeze time. I might just use Gengar to do it then. Zygarde, you're up. Let's do this! First of all, let's freeze some time. Pardon me. And Zygarde, you're up. In fact, we can actually do it twice. You're gonna have to rest anyway afterwards, so... Are you seriously gonna overlap? That is bogus. That is completely bogus, but... The good thing is... We do know that... This stuff is empty, now. That's convenient. Alright. We also know that this is empty. We know that this needs to be a 1. So that has to be empty. That needs to be a 1. This has to be in the 2. But that's empty. We know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ones. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? We don't know about those ones, though, for sure. Well, we know we have a 5, a 2, and a 2. Which means we need the rest of that. That much we know. Alright. So we have 1, 1 there. Well, we know that these have to be in the 5. We know that much. And that has to be in the 3. Alright, what else do we have? We know that has to be in the 6. I mean, that's at least something. That needs to be a 2. That needs to be in the 5. This needs to be a 2, and this needs to be a 1. That needs to be a 1. These need to be 2s, and this needs to be a 1. That needs to be empty. Okay. This needs to be a 2, making that a 3. Okay. So, if we keep going... Well, we know this needs to be part of the 2, so that can't be true. These need to be 1s. We don't know if the last one is before it or after it. So... Those should be filled in. Those have to be part of the 6. These can't possibly be connected. So that has to be true. But the 3 could go up or down. But it can't be connected at the bottom. These would have to be in the 5. Assuming this was the 2 to the left, then we'd have 3 and 5. So wait a minute, this might actually have to be true. There we go. This needs to be a 7, which fills in that. Okay. Which means this can't possibly be true, because that's to be a 2. Same there. which means this needs to be the 1, and this can't possibly be a 4. So it has to be the other one. So that means this needs to be part of the 3. Those need to be in the 4. And that's all we have right this second. 2, 3, 4. That needs to be in the 4. But there needs to be a 1. Well, we know this needs to be a 2. That's convenient. Which means that needs to be the 3. So once we have that, we know this needs to be the 1 then. So this can be the 4. Still, we have a 2 somewhere in here, though. But we don't know if the 4 goes up or down. We do know these need to be connected. So it goes one more, but we know this has to be a 1, so that can't be true, meaning the 6 is going to go to the left. This needs to be a 2. And that would have to be a 3, so it can't fit there anyway. Alright. So now we have, this needs to be a 3. This needs to be a 1. That needs to be in the 5. This needs to be a 3. We don't know if the 2 goes up or down, though. We know this needs to be a 1. Once again, the 2 could go up or down. But we know this needs to be the 6. Meaning this needs to be true. And there has to be another 3 to the left or the right. But we don't know which one yet. Alright. But we know these have to be true because they have to be in 3. Or wait a second. These... No, that one has to be. This one not necessarily. Because this has to be a 4. We need a this needs to be in a 3. So that has to be a 4. This needs to be a 1. We need another 1, which would be here. Not there, which means this has to go there, and not here. Thus, we're gonna have... This needs to be in the 3, that needs to be a 2, that's the 3. There's our 2. There's our 3. There's our 2. 3. There we go. There we go! So with that, we drew Aegislash! In the shield form. I forgot to use a fire type. Wow. Well. Whatever. With that, we have access to another one, but we need... We can wait a minute and then we can do it if we might run out of energy. But we're going to use a water type, do this in 30 minutes, water type, and scatter reveal. Or I should say don't use scatter reveal, or use scatter reveal at least once. Alright, scatter reveal. I can't possibly use it. I don't have a mythical one with, or I don't have a legendary or mythical Pokemon with scatter reveal. So, I'm thinking that Zygarde might be up. Celebi, you can control the clock, perhaps. Or, you have Blue Force. Hey, you know what? If we're up for the whole Blue Force game, why not just go all out with Manaphy? Why not? Use Scatter Reveal once. I can't do that, but I am using a water type, so... I mean, at least we'll get one pick, right? Maybe even two if we can do this in the, if we can do this in the 30-minute point. Oh, a 30-minute mark. I don't know. Well, let's do this! Let's do this! This is an infinite Blue Force. And Zygarde, you're gonna help me out. Let's do, this. Let's do... Let's do this. And let's do this. Alright, here we go. No more skills we can use. Alright, well we know this needs to be a 5. We know this needs to be a 2. We know this can't be anything because we already have the 1 there. This is a 2, meaning it can't be anything before it. Alright, this is a 2. This needs to be the 4, meaning that's a 1. There's another 1 underneath it, but we don't know anything else about that. Alright, we know this needs to be a 2. This needs to be a 5. Alright, we know this needs to be a... Actually, it doesn't have to be a 2. In fact, we know for a fact this has to be a 1. Meaning this needs to be a 2, part of the 2. Alright. So... this needs to be a 2. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, we know we have... This needs to be a 2. I don't want a 2. 2. Definitely a 2. Meaning we have... This needs to be a 1. Meaning that's a 1. So those are empty. Alright, we also know that this needs to be the 2. It can't possibly be the 4. So this can't be true. Alright. What else do we know? This needs to be a 3. Meaning that can't be true, neither can that, or that. So this needs to be true. These need to be in the 4. So those can't be true. Alright. This needs to be a 1. So this needs to be the 2. Which would have to go... This needs to be a 1. This would have to be the 2. Meaning that's not, which means we have this. This needs to be a 2, which means these are not true, which makes this the 4. Which fills up that row. Alright. We know we need a 2 here, so this has to be true. which fills in that row. And this row. What did I just do? Didn't mean to do that. Well, we know this needs to be... This needs to be a 2, making this a 3. Okay. This needs to be... Wait, that could be a 2. Here, that is. That could be a 2. But we know this needs to be a 5. Alright. This needs to be a 3. That's a 1. There could be a 1 here. But it might not be. Let me see, we need a 1 over... We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 5 1s, then a 2. Meaning the 2 would have to be in the end there, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... There's a very good chance of the 1 here, but it's not guaranteed, so that's not really, great. But we know this has to be a 4, and that's not good. Okay, so, meaning this needs to be a 6. Okay. So, these can't be true. Meaning we need the 3 to be here. Okay. This needs to be a 5. That has to be a 1, and so this has to be the 2. Okay. This needs to be... true. To be a 2. Which makes this not true. This needs to be a 2. We're going to need 2 1s and a 2, meaning this needs to be the 2. That needs to be a 1, so this can be a 1. And I'll fill that in. Okay. Now we also know that those have to be in the 6. That needs to be a 2. You have the 3s. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. We also know that these have to be empty for the 2 to be in there. This has to be... What am I doing? Trying to do... Okay, this needs to be a 3. That has to be a 1. We don't know which one it is. Actually, we do, because this has to be a 2. Okay. So now from there we have... Oh! Empty rows. Empty rows and empty columns. That's what I like seeing. Alright. So... This needs to be a 2, which makes this not the 1. And with that, we're actually in pretty good shape. So, this needs to be... This has to be the 4. Which means we have a 1 and a 1 at the bottom. To fill in there. which means the 6 is going to have to go upward. Which means this is not true. We have we have a third of the board, over a third of the board already covered. That's actually really good to see. Alright. That needs to be a 1, so we need a 4 in here. We know that these have to be... What am I doing? This has to be true. That was an accident. That might be, though? This has to be a 3, so yeah, actually that probably is true, then. Because this can't possibly be true. Which would make that not true. I don't know if it goes to the left or to the right from there, though, but we do know we need a 1 and a 2, meaning this has to be a 1 and a 2. There, we know that that has to be the 3. We need a 2 and a 3. We have that. This has to be the 2. Making this a 1. We don't know which one, though. We know this has to be in the 2. We know we need this to be the 2, because you can't fit the 2 in the 1 at the bottom. These have to be separate. Meaning we have the 1 has to be at the front. So that's empty, which means this has to be part of the 4. Alright, we have a 3 and a 1. This can't be that 1. That can't be there. That has to be empty, meaning the 1 goes here. This needs to be empty for 3. That's empty. Okay. Well, we know that can't be there. This needs to be a 2. And these need to be connected to make the 6. Alright, so we're in good shape. This has to be the 2 then. That needs to be the 1, so we need 4. So the 4 will be right there. We'll have to include right there, should I say. This can't be part of the 3. So these need to be in the 3. We know we need another 1 somewhere. We don't know exactly where that is. We do know that can't be in the 5. And neither can anything, like, outside of there. We know that much. So, that means this is the 4, which completes that row. You know, that has to be true. That's the 5. Meaning we have the 2, the 3, that's a 2. And what is going on here now? Something seems a little wrong here. Okay. We have... Oh, that can't be. This has to be the 1. There we go. Alright! So with that, we drew Keldeo Resolute form. Okay, I don't know why I just took a picture of that, but we did that. We couldn't use scatter reveal, but we do get 2 pick rights, so that's at least something. Definitely at least something. And we are out of energy. We are definitely out of energy. So, well, we can, you know, do a daily challenge thing, because hey, why not? 2 and a 1, 3 and a 2, alright. Let's do this. We have 3 and a 1, 4 and a 6. Now that has to be true, meaning that and there. Okay. So we have 7, we have 6, we have 5 and a 1, 4 ones, 4, 3 and a 1, 2 and a 3. Okay. We have 6, 1 and a 5, 4 and a 1, 6 in general, 2 and 3, 1 and 1. Okay, 7, 6, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3. Alright, we have that. 1 and 2. There we have that. 2 and 4. 6 in general. 5, 6. 1 and a 2. 1, 1, 2. 2 and a 1. 3 and 6. There we go. Alright! So with that, we're gonna get 9 Picross plus 2 for achieving the victory there. So, we're gonna get 11 Picross. Yes, okay. So we're getting there toward getting enough Picross to move on to the next area, and I guess we're gonna move back. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, because we're gonna go back to Area 10 before we move on. I think we're gonna do that. Because this way, apparently there's some stuff we missed. For some reason I wanted to move on to here because there was a, it's not every day that you get a, mythical Pokemon showing up. I know it happens, it'll happen again. Another one's gonna show up inevitably in the next area, but I'm gonna try to go back to Area 10 next. So don't worry about me skipping it, I will go back to it, to Area 10 next. Area 6, we'll see about eventually. At some point I will probably try to go back there. But for now, I'm gonna wait until I get enough Picross to be able to do that. So, yeah, the energy gauge is empty. What do you know? So, next time we're gonna continue with Area 11, and then at some point, then once I get enough Picross, we're gonna backtrack back to Area 10. So, thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!